Have you ever felt like life is slowly breaking you apart? Like everything you once believed in, your plans, your relationships, even your sense of purpose, is crumbling, and you're just barely holding the pieces together? You wake up every day trying to stay strong, but deep down, you feel like you're running on empty, exhausted, uncertain, and silently wondering, why is this happening to me? But what if I told you, this breaking point isn't your ending, it's your beginning? What if the pain, the pressure, the confusion are not signs that you're losing control, but signs that something deeper is being built within you? Because sometimes life doesn't break you to destroy you. It breaks you to strip away the illusions, to crack open the surface, and to rebuild you. Stronger, calmer, wiser, unshakable. You're not falling apart, you're being reforged. And if you can learn to trust the fire, if you can stop resisting and start listening, you'll rise. Not the same person, but someone far more powerful than before. Welcome to Stoic Spirit, where we bring ancient wisdom into modern chaos to help you reclaim your power and live with calm, purpose, and inner strength. If you're someone who's tired of the noise, the drama, and the endless struggle to control everything, you're in the right place. Subscribe now and join a community that chooses stillness over panic, wisdom over reaction, and strength over noise. Now, let's talk about what it really means to let life break you, and why that might be the best thing that ever happened to you. Number 1. When life breaks you, don't resist it, witness it. There's a Japanese art called kintsugi, where broken pottery is not thrown away, but repaired with gold. The cracks are not hidden, they're highlighted. They don't make the cup ugly, they make it priceless. Because what was once broken is now stronger, more unique, more beautiful than before. And just like that cup, you are not broken, you are becoming. But when life starts to crack us open, most people panic. They rush to fix what's falling apart. They try to go back to the way things were, to restore the old version of themselves, like nothing ever happened. But that version is gone, and it's not meant to come back. The pain you feel, the confusion you face, it's not a malfunction, it's transformation. See? When you resist what's happening, you multiply your suffering. You grip tighter to things that are slipping away. You scream inside when silence is what you need most. But Stoicism teaches something radically different. Don't resist the breaking. Witness it, observe it, feel it fully, without letting it take your mind hostage. Then, when the noise fades, respond not with fear, but with reason. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." That means it's not what happens that hurts us, it's how we judge it. Your suffering isn't coming from life, it's coming from the way you think it should be. The first step is not fighting, it's stillness. Let the wave crash, let the structures collapse, let the illusions burn. Don't try to rebuild them immediately. Just stand there, watch, breathe, accept. Because when life breaks you, it's not the end. It's a sacred invitation to meet the real you, the you that's buried beneath the noise, the expectations, and the fear. The part of you that doesn't need validation, doesn't need control, doesn't even need to be fixed. The world will try to convince you that breaking means you're weak. But what if it means you're finally waking up? So stop resisting. Stop trying to stitch yourself back into the person you used to be. That version of you was never meant to survive this storm, but a new one will. Let the wave crash, then rise. Not as who you were, but as who you were meant to become. Number 2. Control what's inside. Let go of what's not. Picture this. One day, out of nowhere, you get that dreaded call. Your job is gone. No warning, no time to prepare. Just silence on the other end of the line and a pit in your stomach. Rent is due, bills are piling up, responsibilities don't stop just because your paycheck did. Panic rises. Fear whispers 1,000 what-ifs. Your mind spirals. How will I survive this? But pause, right here, right now, pause. Because in this moment, something powerful is waiting for you. A simple question that can change everything. What do I actually control here? Can you make the company call you back? No. Can you undo the layoff? No. Can you change the past? Never. But can you control your emotions, your mindset, your actions moving forward? Absolutely. And that is where your real power begins. The Stoics taught this as one of the most important truths in life, that everything we experience falls into two simple categories: the things within our control, our thoughts, our decisions, our actions, and the things completely outside our control, what others think, how the world responds, what has already happened. Epictetus put it perfectly. We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. In other words, it's not the job loss that crushes you. It's the belief that you're powerless, worthless, or doomed. And that belief, that's yours, which means you can also change it. We often waste an incredible amount of energy trying to bend the world to our will. We try to control other people's opinions, outcomes, timing, the future, even the past. But none of that belongs to us. And the more we cling to what's not ours, the more anxious, bitter, and exhausted we become. Let me ask you this. What if you stopped pouring energy into what you can't change and focused all of it on what you can? Your habits, your perspective, your next move, the peace you're searching for, it lives there. Right in that space where you take ownership of your inner world and release the outer one. Think of your mind like a fortress. You decide who gets in, you decide what beliefs stay, you decide what story you tell yourself in the face of chaos. That's not giving up control, it's reclaiming it. Because wisdom is knowing where your responsibility ends and where surrender begins. You don't need to control the storm, you just need to steer your own ship through it. So the next time life flips upside down, and it will, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead ask, "What is mine to carry right now?" Then let go of the rest. That's not weakness, that's power. Number 3. The obstacle is the path. You think you're stuck. You think life has pushed you into a dead end, trapped you in a job you hate, a relationship that's crumbling, a season of life that feels like an endless winter. You're not stuck. You're being planted. Because the place you think is your prison might actually be your training ground. Every hardship is a mirror. It doesn't lie. It doesn't flatter you. It shows you exactly what's real inside and what's not. The patience you claim to have, the confidence you thought you built, the control you believed you had. Pressure reveals it all. And that's not a punishment. That's a blessing. See, if you break under pressure, it's not life that broke you. It's your ego, your expectations, your illusion of control. The pain is showing you what needs to go, what parts of you are too fragile to carry forward. The truth is, adversity doesn't destroy who you are. It destroys who you're not. It strips away the performance, the pretending, the comfort zone that was slowly turning into a cage. There's a reason Stoic philosophers embraced hardship, not because they enjoyed suffering, but because they understood its value. Adversity is not the enemy, it's your strictest, most honest teacher. It doesn't speak with comfort, it speaks with fire. Just like steel is not made in silence, it's made in flame. Your character is forged in difficulty. You either burn with pain, or you rise with power. But that choice is yours. Think of the people you admire most, the ones who seem grounded, clear, powerful. You know what they have in common? Scars, not just physical ones, emotional, spiritual, mental. They've walked through storms, and instead of running, they stayed. They faced it. They let it teach them. So the next time life knocks the wind out of you, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" That question leads nowhere. Ask instead, "What is this pain here to teach me?" Because buried inside every difficulty is a lesson designed specifically for your growth. You're not failing. You're in the fire. And if you let it, that fire will refine your focus, discipline your mind, and uncover the strength you didn't know you had. Most people run from discomfort, and that's why they never evolve. But you're not most people. You're here to face the hard things, because that's how you rise. Remember this, the obstacle is not in your way. It is the way. Number 4, trust the divine timing, not your impatience. A seed planted today does not bloom tomorrow. Everyone knows this, but still, we stare at the dirt, expecting magic to happen overnight. We water it once and then get angry when nothing sprouts. We forget that growth is silent, invisible, messy. And above all, it takes time. We rush life. We demand answers, outcomes, recognition. Now, we want the success without the struggle, the clarity without the confusion, the strength without the stretching. But nature doesn't work that way, and neither does life. There's a sacred rhythm to everything. Every tree, every season, every human soul. Life doesn't operate on your schedule. It's not early, it's not late, it's always right on time. And when you try to force it, you end up exhausted and disappointed. Not because you're behind, but because you're trying to bloom in winter. Seneca once said, "Time discovers truth." And he was right. Some answers only reveal themselves through experience. Some victories are earned through patience. Some breakthroughs require silence, stillness, and space. Just because something isn't happening yet doesn't mean it's not coming. Just because a door hasn't opened doesn't mean it's closed forever. Maybe it's still forming. Maybe you are still forming. Maybe the delay is protection, or preparation, or part of a bigger plan that your impatience is too loud to hear. Think about this. If you got everything you wanted the moment you asked for it, would you even be ready? Would you have the strength, the wisdom, the humility to handle it well? Most of us want things before we've built the capacity to hold them. That's not alignment. That's sabotage. Stoicism teaches us not just to accept time, but to respect it. To understand that timing is often more important than speed. It's better to arrive prepared than to arrive early and unready. Impatience makes you chase things that aren't meant for you. But trust, that deep, calm trust, makes you receptive to what is. So how do you know if it's time to act or time to wait? You go inward. You listen not to the noise of fear, but to the quiet voice of reason. And if you find yourself trying to force the river, that's your cue to stop. Because wisdom is knowing that life isn't a race, it's a rhythm. And every rhythm has its rests, its pauses, its slower movements before the crescendo. Learning to wait without anxiety isn't weakness, it's power. Because it means you're no longer ruled by fear. You're rooted in trust. The seed is growing, even when you don't see it. The work you're doing on yourself, it's not wasted, it's working. Just in silence, beneath the surface, let it be. Let it breathe. And the next time you feel like giving up because it's taken too long, remember this: a flower does not bloom by rushing. It blooms by surrendering fully and completely to time. Number 5. Let go so you can rise. The more you hold on, the heavier life feels. You don't notice it at first. The weight builds slowly. One expectation here, one regret there. A little fear, a little resentment, until one day you realize you're not moving forward. You're just dragging it all behind you. We cling to people, to titles, to outcomes, to the version of ourselves we think we have to be. And the irony, the tighter we grip, the more life slips through our fingers. Attachment is the source of most suffering. You hold on to people who've already walked away, hoping they'll return, or at least that their memory will bring you comfort. You chase dreams that once inspired you, but now leave you drained and hollow. You replay the past on loop, rehearsing old conversations, regrets, what-ifs, as if somehow reliving it enough times will change the ending. But it won't. Stoicism teaches us that clinging is not love. It's fear wearing a mask. Fear of change, fear of uncertainty, fear that without all these things, we'll be empty. But what if the opposite is true? What if letting go isn't losing, it's gaining? Not gaining more, but gaining space. Space for peace, for clarity, for something real. Marcus Aurelius was the emperor of Rome, arguably the most powerful man in the world. Yet he lived simply. He slept on a hard bed, wore plain clothes. He didn't surround himself with luxury or status symbols. He wasn't owned by his title. He remained detached from indulgence, fame, and power. Why? Because he understood a truth that most people learn far too late. The things you think you own eventually own you. That's not just about money or objects. It's about identities, roles, attachments. Anything you can't imagine living without has power over you. And the more you need it, the less free you are. So let go. Not because you're giving up, but because you're clearing space for what matters. Release the people who don't choose you. Release the past that cannot be rewritten. Release the version of success that's breaking your spirit. Simplify. Breathe. You'll realize you don't need as much as you think. You don't need everyone to understand you. You don't need constant progress. You don't need to control the outcome. You just need space and stillness and the courage to trust that who you are without all the excess is already enough. Letting go is not about denying emotion. It's It's about honoring your peace above your pain. It's about choosing lightness over chaos and strength over fear. Because real strength is not in how tightly you hold on. It's in how gracefully you release what's no longer yours. Number 6, from pain to purpose. Look back for a moment. Really, pause and look. The hardest moments of your life, the ones that brought you to your knees, shattered your confidence, broke your heart, left you in silence, didn't they shape who you are today? You didn't grow in the calm. You grew in the chaos, not in the sunshine, but in the storm. In the moments where you thought, I can't take this. But you did. In the moments when everything felt like it was falling apart, but somehow, deep beneath the surface, something was coming together. The truth is, pain doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to reveal you. Every hardship, every heartbreak, every moment of confusion, it's not just suffering. It's a sacred invitation, a fire. And that fire doesn't burn you to ashes, it forges you into something new. We live in a world obsessed with avoiding pain. Numb it, escape it, distract from it, pretend everything's fine. But Stoicism teaches us to do the opposite, to walk into the fire, not recklessly but consciously. To meet our suffering not with fear, but with presence. Because that's where transformation begins. What if the pain you're facing right now isn't punishment, but preparation? What if this heartbreak isn't the end of your story, but the breaking open of your heart so it can grow deeper, wider, stronger? Every wound carries wisdom, if you stay awake long enough to hear it. Most people miss it. They try to run from the discomfort, patch the cracks, rush the healing. But you're here to let the fire do its work, not to destroy you, to refine you. Don't curse the fire. Thank it. It's showing you who you really are, without the masks, without the comfort, without the external validation. And that version of you is solid. It doesn't depend on applause or certainty or control. It's built on clarity, stillness, depth. You are not fragile. You are not broken. You are becoming. And the fire is part of the process. Just like a blade isn't sharp until it's been through the heat and the hammer. Just like gold isn't pure until it's been melted down. You're being forged, not punished. So don't stand in the fire as a victim. Stand in it as a soul being transformed. As someone who knows that every crack, every scar, every sleepless night is part of a bigger becoming. From pain comes purpose. From suffering comes strength. And from every break comes the chance to rise, not as who you were, but as who you were meant to be. If you're going through something painful right now, don't rush to fix it. Don't scramble to feel better. Don't run from the discomfort or bury it beneath distractions. Sit with it, witness it, and most importantly, trust it. Because pain has a way of entering your life exactly when something deeper is trying to awaken. The break you're feeling, it isn't just a wound, it's an opening, a crack in the surface that allows light to pour in. It's the moment where your false identities, your outdated beliefs, your fragile attachments begin to fall away. And yes, it hurts. Growth always does. But don't mistake pain for punishment. Don't confuse discomfort with failure. Some of the most powerful people you admire today were shaped not by ease, but by fire. They didn't become unshakable by avoiding pain. They became unshakable by walking through it, with presence, with patience, and with purpose. Let life break you open. Let it humble you. Let it teach you what truly matters. Because only when you've been broken can you rise whole. Only when everything falls apart can you finally rebuild from truth. And when you do, when you rise from the ashes of what you once were, you'll carry something no one can take from you. Inner peace, forged by fire. So, if this message spoke to you, leave a comment below saying, I trust the fire, because sometimes the very fire you fear is the one that's burning away everything you never needed in the first place. And what's left after the flames is the real you. Thank you for spending this time with me here on Stoic Spirit. If this video gave you something to think about, something to feel, or something to carry with you through the day, consider subscribing. Here, we don't chase trends, we don't sell comfort, we speak truth, and we walk through fire together. Until next time, stay grounded, stay still, and trust the process.